Hello and welcome to the Amazon presentation. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this presentation. I'll go over some of the things that you'll be doing in the Amazon and answer any questions that you have. So pack your bags and get ready to change the world. My name is Prasha and I'm your Client Experience Coordinator at Me2E. My role is to ensure that you have everything prepared and ready to go for your trip. So if you have any questions at all before your trip, please do not hesitate to reach out to me and I will be able to answer any questions that you have. This is the agenda for your trip. So I will go over the safety, rules and policies, as well as packing list before you head off on your trip. We'll then discuss your flights and then your experience in Ecuador and the Amazon. So before you go, there are a couple things I would like to discuss to ensure that you have the best time in the Amazon. Travel insurance. Me2E requires that all travelers have travel medical, trip interruption, and trip cancellation insurance. If you have not purchased your insurance yet, please do so immediately to ensure that you are covered for the duration of your trip. If you have any questions on how to purchase your insurance, please let me know as soon as possible and I will be able to help you through that process. If you have not submitted a copy of your insurance to Me2E, please do so as well as soon as possible. You can send me a copy of your policy and I can add that to your file on the Me2E account. Please print a copy of your policy and carry it with you with your passport. Ecuador has a new requirement. In order to enter the country of Ecuador, you will need proof of medical insurance. So if you print out a copy of your policy, which includes the name of the insurance company as well as the policy number, you can present this to customs in Ecuador and they will let you through. Your teachers will have a copy and Me2E will also be carrying a copy, so if there's any issues, we will be able to help you. Safety is our top priority. We take safety very seriously and take numerous steps before, during, and after your trip to ensure that you are safe. And over the next couple slides, I will go over some of the safety aspects that we have in place for your trip. For your trip, we have our risk management team in Toronto dedicated to monitoring the Canadian, American, British, and Australian travel advisories. So if there's anything that comes up that could impact your trip in any way, we will let you know and ensure that we have a protocol in place to ensure that your safety. We will never run a trip that we deem unsafe. Staff are available on call 24 hours in case of an emergency at home or while on trip. And we have our emergency phone number, which parents or loved ones can call at any time, 24/7. The number is listed here. And this is in case of an emergency at home or while on trips. So if you do need to get in touch with your loved one while they are traveling, please connect with this phone number and someone from our team will be able to put you in touch with your loved one. If it is not an emergency, you can reach out directly to me and I will be able to pass on the information to our team in Ecuador and to your loved one. All Canadian and American participants are also registered with their respective embassies. During your trip, you will have 2 Me2E facilitators with you at all times. I will talk a little bit more about your facilitators a little later on in the presentation, but your facilitators are trained and certified in first aid and emergency protocol training. All of our facilitators are in constant communication with our country team at all times. There are medical clinics of Western Standard within a 30 to 40 minute drive of our accommodations, and there's actually a health clinic within walking distance of the Mingo Lodge in the Amazon where you'll be staying. All of our accommodations have 24-hour security guards as well that monitor the accommodations. We want this to be an all-inclusive and immersive experience, so we do have a couple of rules that we would like you to follow. The first is, regardless of their age, trip participants may not smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, use illegal drugs, or purchase any related paraphernalia. Trip participants may not engage in romantic or sexual activity with anyone for the duration of the trip, and we ask that you have respectful attitudes and behaviors at all times. We also have 2 policies in place which we enforce on our trips. The first is our gift-giving policy. Although we appreciate the intention behind wanting to bring gifts and donations to community members, we ask that you do not bring any gifts or donations. The reasoning behind that is we have a team that is dedicated to building strong relationships and partnerships with the communities that we work in. And donations can sometimes deter this relationship. So we want to ensure that we are building a positive relationship and partnership with every community that we work in. Although we appreciate the intention behind gifts, we ask that you bring your enthusiasm to learn more about the community, and that is the best thing that you can give. The photo policy is also a policy that we have in place for all of our trips. We ask that on the first full day, you do not take any photos while you are in the community, and that is to ensure that you are building a strong relationship with the community members and learning more about them before you take that Instagram-worthy photo. We ask that you ask permission from every person that you take a photo of and ensure that they consent to being in that photo. One rule that I like to follow is if you can name every person in the photo and a fun fact about them, you've taken a great photo. And it's also a great memory when you come back home and you can share these stories with your friends and family. Packing is a question that I get a lot of questions about. So we have created a little video to give you some tips from a seasoned traveler named Sophie. Amazing. So Sophie went through quite a few different things. So I've just listed a couple of them here as well. So we ask that you pack all of your items in a hiking backpack or a duffel bag, and this is to ensure that you are able to carry your items with you. So you will need to carry your luggage from the transportation to your rooms. So having a hiking backpack or a duffel bag or something that you can carry easily is key. For the volunteer build site, you will need long pants, a t-shirt, and comfortable, sturdy shoes. Long pants are required on the build site to ensure that you are properly covered and safe on the build site. And having comfortable, sturdy shoes that are closed-toed and covered ensure that you are being protected. Comfortable clothing and light layers are the way to go. It can get chilly at times, especially in keto, so having some light layers is great to make sure that you're layering up, and you'll be doing a lot of moving around and walking, so having clothes that you're comfortable wearing for long periods of time is the way to go. As Sophie mentioned, shirts must cover your shoulders and chest, and shorts must reach your knees. And this is to ensure that we are being respectful to the community members who are a little bit more conservative in their dressing compared to what you are used to back home. Shoes for the campsite. So you can bring flip-flops, which you can wear to in your rooms or to the washrooms, but we ask that you do wear closed-toed shoes that are comfortable, such as running shoes, so that you can walk around and make sure that you are being protected and safe. We ask that you bring no more than $200 in spending money. Ecuador does use US dollars, so you do not need to do any conversions. You will get a chance to purchase souvenirs throughout the trip, so please make sure you are bringing enough money to purchase some souvenirs, and you can also use this money to purchase any snacks while you're at the airport during your transits. iPods and music players are great for travel. And want to make sure that you put them away during programming to ensure that you are being present and aware for the programming. And camera is a great option to ensure that you are taking all the pictures to share with your friends and family back home. And having bug spray and sunscreen is key on this trip. You will be in the middle of the Amazon and there will be bugs, so having some bug spray is great to ensure that you are being protected, and sunscreen because you will be outside in the sun, and this will protect you. In terms of packing don'ts, please do not bring leggings, yoga pants, or skinny jeans. Please ensure that all clothing is free of offensive logos. And as mentioned previously, your shoulders and chest must be covered with your shirts, and shorts must reach your knees. We ask that you do not bring any gifts to the community, and we also ask that you leave all valuables and electronics at home to ensure that they are safe and not getting lost on trip. In terms of your flights are listed here. You can also find a copy on Portal, and you should have received a copy in your emails as well. So you will be flying with United Airlines from Phoenix on the 23rd of June and arriving in Quito close to midnight on the 23rd. You'll then spend your time in the Amazon and then depart Quito on the 2nd and arrive back in Phoenix on the 2nd. So you'll have a quick stop in Houston both ways. We ask that you arrive at the airport about 3 to 4 hours before your flight to ensure that you are able to check in on time and get everybody through. Please make sure you connect with your teachers to determine a meeting location and make sure that you are there on time. And please make sure to bring a copy of your valid passport as well as proof of your insurance so that you can get on your flight and on your way to Ecuador. So this video just gives you an idea of what you'll be doing in the Amazon and what you'll be seeing. So this just gives you an idea of what your trip will be like and what you'll be experiencing. So as I mentioned earlier, you will have 2 midway facilitators on your trip. Your midway facilitators go through an extensive facilitation training as well as first aid training and emergency protocol training. And they have extensive experience working with youth in a mentorship capacity. They will meet the group in the airport in Quito when you arrive and will be with the group for the duration of the trip. They will be there 24/7 from the moment you get off the plane to the moment you get right back on it to head home. The facilitators for your trip are Clelia and Janine, and they are actually both from Nicaragua. So they will be joining you on the trip and ensuring that you have an amazing time. They have both worked with Me to We for a couple years now and have worked with hundreds of different teachers and students, providing different experiences with Me to We. So they are very well trained and well prepared for the group. On Portal, you will find their welcome letters, and you should have received an email with their welcome letters as well. On your trip, you'll also have expert guides. So you'll have the country team who will be there to ensure that everything goes smoothly and ensure that the trip goes well. You'll also have your cultural guides and your jungle guides. So your cultural guides speak the local language, which is Quechua, so they will be your translators for the trip, as well as provide you with some information on the history behind the community and be able to answer any questions that you have about the community and life in the Amazon. You'll also have a jungle guide who will be able to tell you more about the jungle that you are in the Amazon and lead you through some jungle hikes, which I will talk about in a little bit. In terms of transportation, we use a third-party transportation company, which we have used for numerous years, and it is a trusted third party. All of the drivers are trained mechanics to ensure that they are able to get you safely from one place to another. And all of the vehicles that we use have seatbelts, which we ensure that everybody is wearing at all times for the duration of the trip. On your first day, you will spend some time at your accommodations, which is a third-party hotel, which we've used for numerous years. All of the accommodations that we use in Quito are interesting. They are very unique and have different themes. So this one has a jungle in the middle of the lobby. So all of our accommodations have different themes and are very unique in their own way. In terms of the accommodations, rooms are shared between 2 to 4 people per room, and you'll be separated. So students will be together and teachers will be together. On your first day, you will get a chance to have some cultural immersion. So you'll start your day off with a walking tour of Quito, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You'll learn more about the culture and the history in Quito and Ecuador and how this plays a role in the Amazon. So you'll get a chance to do the walking tour as well as visit the Equator Museum. So at the Equator Museum, you'll get a chance to do some experiments and learn more about the impacts and effects of the equator on our daily life. One really cool thing you'll get to do is you'll get a chance to stand on the north and south hemisphere at the same time, and it's a really cool photo op to take and share with your friends and family back home. You'll also get a chance to attend Mass at Compañía de Jesus Church. It is a very famous church in Quito, so you'll get a chance to attend Mass on the first day that you are in country. On the second day, you will get to the Amazon. So you'll take your bus, which is about a 4 to 5 hour bus ride, depending on the number of stops that you take, and you will get to a local town where you will then take a motorized canoe, which you see here. Motorized canoes are the way of life on the Amazon River, the Napo River. All of our motorized canoes are owned and operated by Me to We and are all fit with the appropriate number of life jackets. So our motorized canoes will not run until every single person is wearing a life jacket. After a 30-minute quick canoe ride, you will arrive at your home away from home, which is the Minga Lodge. So this is just a picture of one of the dining halls at Minga Lodge. Here are some more pictures. So on the right, you will see one of the cabins. So there are numerous cabins at Minga Lodge, which are all connected with wooden walkways. So you'll be all clustered together as a group, and you'll be close together with the teachers as well as all of the students. In the top right corner, you'll see a picture of the accommodations. So they are bunk beds, and there are about 4 to 6 people per room. All of our accommodations have, all of our rooms have nets on the doors, the windows, as well as over all of the beds. And in the bottom right corner is another picture of the dining hall. One question that we do get about the Minga Lodge is whether you'll see other people there. The answer is yes. We do have quite a few visitors to the Minga Lodge. You will not really interact with anybody. You will have your own section of the Minga Lodge for your group. You may see some people in passing, but you will not be doing any activities with them or doing any sharing any dining activities with them as well. So you will have your own itinerary, but you may see some people in passing. In terms of meals, all of our meals are made in-house at Minga Lodge by Middle East chefs to fit all the dietary restrictions and needs of our travelers. So we take the information that you have provided in the application and provide that to our chefs, and they are able to provide meals to cater to every dietary restriction or allergy, and ensuring that you are getting all the proper food and nutrition on your trip. All of the food is fresh and local. It is served buffet style or family style, and there are a variety of different options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, both Western as well as Ecuadorian. So an example for breakfast, it'll be, you'll get a chance to eat eggs, oatmeal, toast, cereal, coffee, teas, fresh fruit, and fresh fruit juices. For lunch, it's typically a packed lunch, which you can take with you to the community or to any of the activities that you'll be doing. So it's typically a packed sandwich as well as some fruit. And dinner is a little bit more heartier, so pastas, lasagnas, fried plantains, beans, and dessert is always amazing. So please make sure to try some dessert as well. So on to your experience in the Amazon. The first thing you'll get a chance to do is visit your community of Hatan Urku. You'll get a chance to visit community members and learn more about their day-to-day life, ask them questions, and learn more about what they do and what their life is like in the Amazon. You'll also get a chance to see education in the past. So this is actually a classroom where most students study. So as you can see, it is rickety, it is old, not that much lighting. There's actually a tin roof, so when it does rain, and it does rain a lot in the Amazon, it is very difficult for students to hear because that is the noise that they hear the most. So over the past decade, students like yourself have been able to help community members and work alongside community members to change education like this to education today like this. So this is a classroom that students like yourself have helped community members build. So as you can see, it's a bit more sturdy. It is closer to the ground. There are doors and windows, and the roof is not tin, so it is more conducive to learning. While you're in the Amazon, you'll get a chance to join a Minga. So you probably don't know what a Minga is. It is a term that we use quite a lot at Meet2We, and the story behind it goes, Mark and Craig Kielberger were in Ecuador in the late 90s, early 2000s, and they were helping a community build a classroom. And when they were getting to the end of their trip, they realized that they weren't going to finish this classroom. So they told this to the local village leader, and they told her that they didn't think they could finish, and they really wanted to get this project done and make sure that everybody had a chance to go to school. So the village leader went out into the middle of the community and just yelled, "Tomorrow we will have a Minga." And then she went back to her home. Mark and Craig came back the next day, not knowing what to expect. And when they arrived, they saw the entire community there to help out to complete this project. And they did. So joining a Minga means the coming together of people to complete a project or complete a common goal. So you'll get a chance to work alongside community members on a build site and help them with a project that they're working on to ensure that they're able to complete it to the end. But before you can start building and helping community members on the build site, you will have to do a Build Site 101 training. So this is done with the community foreman, and the community foreman will let you know what the project is, how you can be safe on the build site, and how to do all of the tasks correctly and accurately. All building materials will be provided, such as hard hats, gloves, rubber boots, steel toe covers, face masks, everything is provided. The only thing you need to bring is your enthusiasm. You do not need to have any building experience whatsoever. You'll also get a chance to go on some jungle hikes. So because you are located in the jungle, surrounded by all of the forest, you will have a jungle guide who will walk you through one of the guided paths and point out some of the indigenous flora and fauna. Some of these trees have been here for hundreds of years, as you can see with this one. So the man you see in the center is about 6 feet tall. So you can tell how big these trees are. You'll also get a chance to visit Don Miguel Vargas and live a day in the life. You'll get a chance to hear his story firsthand and learn more about farming in the Amazon and his work to ensure that there is clean water and healthcare access. So to give you a little snippet of his story, we have a video. So that's just a snippet of Don Vargas' story. So you'll get a chance to meet him, ask questions, and learn more about what he has done to ensure that all communities in the Amazon have clean drinking water as well as access to healthcare. You'll also get a chance to visit a cacao farm. Cacao is a very popular resource in the Amazon, so you'll get a chance to visit a cacao farm and learn more about the chocolate making process and actually taste some yourself. Midui has actually started producing chocolate, so while you're there, you'll get a chance to try some and possibly purchase some. The chocolate that we have started producing as of last fall has actually started to win some awards in Ecuador as being one of the best chocolates in Ecuador. So it is delicious. I have tried some. So please get a chance to try some and taste some. And if you can purchase some, please do so as well. You'll also get a chance to see sustainable farming in the works. You'll get a chance to visit the WE ALC, or the WE Agricultural Learning Center. This is a new project by WE. So we have actually purchased a large plot of land where we are working to plant local produce to ensure that we are providing sustainable farming resources for all community members in the Amazon. So you'll get a chance to participate in a tree planting and learn more about sustainable farming practices in the Amazon. You'll also get a chance to see some of the traditions of the Amazon. So you'll get a chance to visit a local shaman who will perform a traditional shaman ceremony. You'll also get a chance to try some traditional weapons training, which is really cool. You'll get a chance to throw some darts and spears, as well as blow some blow darts at a target and see what you can hit. Turning your experience into action. So at the end of every night after dinner, your facilitators will lead you through different activities and give you some information on some of the things that you've talked about during the day or seen during the day. So this is a great way to debrief on some of the things that you've seen and discuss them with the group. So for example, if you have been to the WE Agriculture Learning Center and learned about sustainable farming, your facilitators will go over some of the aspects of sustainable farming in the Amazon to give you some background information. Your facilitators will also help you create an action plan. So this is where you create a goal and come up with some action items on how you will complete this goal when you return back home. So your facilitators will help you through this process and make sure that you are creating tangible actions in order to achieve your goal. When you get back home, if you have any questions at all on how to make sure your action plan succeeds, please do not hesitate to reach out to me and I will be able to help you with that process. In terms of next steps, please make sure to visit your portal dashboard for a checklist of any items that are outstanding. Just a couple reminders on the side. Please make sure to make your $700 change fee if you haven't done so already. You can either do this on portal or give me a call. I am available Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Phoenix time. Because I'm located in Toronto, there is a 3-hour difference, so 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Phoenix time. Please make sure to sign your trip waivers if you have not done so already. This is to ensure that you were able to do all the activities on the itinerary. If we do not have your trip waivers, you will not be able to participate in the activities until we receive the trip waiver from your parents. Please make sure to access all trip documents on portal and start packing and get excited for your trip. It's coming up soon, so if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can either give me a call or send me an email and I will answer as soon as possible. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation. If you have any questions at all, please reach out. Have a good day.